My dear sisters and brothers fighting for justice in Karnataka, I am very sorry that I cannot speak in Kannada or Tulu, but I think that because we are sharing the same emotions, it will not be difficult for you to understand what I am saying. Today we have seen on this stage the families of Saujanya, Vedavalli and Padmalata. Padmalata's mother has not been able to speak from the day that she saw her daughter's broken body lying outside in the field. These are the people, these are the families, not only these three families, but hundreds of families who have been fighting for justice for so many years. And today, all of us here must tell them, now your fight is going to end because we are going to demand justice now. Our slogan is, we want justice now. Please repeat after me. We want justice now.
We want justice now.
We want justice now.
We want justice now.
Last year, many of us had gathered in Hassan. In Hassan, we were fighting only one evil man, Prajwal Revanna. But hundreds and thousands of us, we gathered in Hassan. He was about to get bail. But we were there and we said, no bail, only jail. And our struggle, the struggle of the progressive, democratic people of Karnataka have sent Prajwal Revanna to jail, and now he has been sentenced and he is going to die inside the jail because of this fight for justice. My dear sisters and brothers, today Hassan is inspiring us for an even bigger struggle. In Hassan it was one evil man. Here it is a whole evil system. Since the last 5-6 days, I have been reading about Dharmasthala. I have been trying to understand what is this system in Dharmasthala that we are fighting. And I can only say this system in Dharmasthala is the real system of Manuvad. And we have to understand that we have to fight this Manuvad if we want to have justice in our country, if we want to have equality in our country. What was there in Dharmasthala and still today? People who have got religious power, money power, land power. How did they use this power? To take away the land of the Dalits, the untouchable community. In the last 50 years, this is what they have been doing. Taking away the land from the poor people, using their religious power and their money power to expand their wealth, to expand their land, to make schools, to control education, to start MFI groups. That means to control the lives of the poor people in that area. And if anybody dared to fight against them, and let me tell you, my dear sisters and brothers, I am proud that the communists in that area were part of the struggle against those Manuvadi forces who were controlling that temple. Many others were there also, yes, but the communists were also there, fighting for the land for the Dalits, fighting for justice, fighting in elections against the candidates of these Manuvadi forces. And what was the result? Anybody who opposed them, if one comrade dared to stand in the election, his daughter Padmalata, she was abducted, she was brutalized, her body was broken, she was killed. and she could only be recognized by her family members because some of the marks on her body. And from that day, her mother has not been able to speak. Only when she hears her daughter's name, Padmalata, then she starts weeping again, but she cannot speak. But in spite of that, Padmalata's family is part of the struggle for justice. Even today they are standing for justice. Saujanya, Vedavalli, these are all the names on that poster. Their families are here, and we want to tell them, all of us, that we are with you. We are with you till we get justice. And we will get justice when there is no adharma in Dharmasthala. Our slogan should be, Dharmasthala mein adharma nahi chalega. I cannot say it in Kannada. I can only say it in Hindi. Dharmasthala mein adharma nahi chalega, nahi chalega. At least you can say nahi chalega, nahi chalega. Dharmasthala mein adharma nahi chalega. Nahi chalega, nahi chalega. Dharmasthala mein adharma nahi chalega. Nahi chalega, nahi chalega. I want to tell you, my dear sisters and brothers, that it is not as if Dharmasthala is something only from the past. It is not something that we should feel, oh, it happened 50 years ago, it happened 60 years ago. This is something from the past. No. We have to fight for Dharmasthala, for justice now. But we have to also understand that there are very strong forces in our country, ruling our forces, who want to make Dharmasthala the future of India. Who are these forces? They are the people who in 1949 declared, we do not accept this constitution of Dr. Ambedkar. They are the people who burned Dr. Ambedkar and Jawaharlal Nehru's effigies in the Ramlila Maidan in Delhi, and they only set fire to Nehru's effigy. But Dr. Ambedkar's effigy, they beat with their chappals and they said Murdabad when they were burning his effigy. These are the people for whom Dharmasthala is not the past, but Dharmasthala is the future. Because they do not accept the constitution. They have stated, we do not believe in this constitution. We want to replace this constitution with Manusmriti. And what we see in Dharmasthala is Manusmriti in action. Manusmriti being implemented. What does that mean, my dear friends, my dear sisters and brothers? That means that poor people, Dalits, very poor backward caste people, they will not have the right to own land. All the land will be taken away from them. This has happened in Dharmasthala, and this is what Manusmriti says, that those who belong to the lowest castes, they have no right to own land. That is why I say Dharmasthala is not only the past, Dharmasthala is the future that RSS and its political party are putting before us, that this is our future. This is what the future of India should be. Not only that, I have read in that pamphlet that those people who became the owners of that temple, became the owners of that land in the time of the British, were British supporters. They were anti-national. They were against Tipu Sultan, who was fighting the British. They supported the British, and as a result, they were given the land. They were given the temple. I have been told also that a big statue of Gautam Buddha has been found in a pond over there. What does this tell us? This tells us that this is part of a historical struggle that has been going on in our country. A struggle between blind faith, superstition, Brahmanvad, and logic, and castelessness, and a society which promotes castelessness. And bhaichara, that is solidarity and good feelings between human beings. So all these things we have to remember from the past. Buddha's statue is broken, thrown into a pond, and those who support the British against Tipu Sultan are given the land, given the temple, given religious power, money power, every kind of power to exploit the poor people in the region. And even after independence, so many governments have come in Karnataka. Great people have had governments in Karnataka. Somebody has come, somebody has gone. But in Dharmasthala, whatever the government, the same people have had the power to do as they pleased, take away the land from the poor. The government said, we are giving pattas to Dalits. We are doing land distribution. And immediately, Dharmasthala people went to the court. They are fighting hundreds of cases in the court because they have all the money. And they are not allowing the poor people, the landless and the Dalits to claim any of the land that has been given to them. They are collecting huge amounts of money. They are collecting huge amount of jewelry and gold. And they have created a situation where nobody can speak against them. I want to tell you, my dear sisters and brothers, that is the system now that the present government is trying to implement in the whole country. A system in which nobody can raise their voice against the government and its beliefs.
ನನಗಿಷ್ಟ ನಂದಿನಿ ತುಪ್ಪ, ಶುದ್ಧ ತುಪ್ಪ ಅಂದರೆ ನಂದಿನಿ.
Do not forget Kalburgi was killed in your Karnataka. Do not forget Gauri Lankesh was killed in Karnataka. Why? They were not terrorists. They were not carrying guns. But their ideas, their thoughts and their writings were considered dangerous by those who are committed to Manusmriti, who want to implement Manuvad in this country. That is why we should understand the importance of this battle today against Dharmasthala. These are people who were anti-national. They supported the British. They were toadies of the British. They got the temple. They threw Gautam Buddha into the pond. They got the land. They got the wealth. And for 50 years, they have been ruling that whole area. Nobody can dare to speak against them. Not only these 3 young women were murdered brutally, no, 400 unnatural deaths. What kind of government is this? We are saying people are being murdered, women are being raped, people have disappeared, and the government says, no, this is unnatural death. मतलब ऐसी मौत जो प्राकृतिक नहीं है, पता नहीं कैसे मर गए लेकिन मर गए. We don't know how they died, but they have died. What is this government? Why are they not trying to find out why 400 people disappeared around that Dharmasthala? Why women were killed? And I have heard the most horrible story that the body of a 4-year-old girl child was also found there. 4-year-old girl child, and around her dead body there were lamps that were lit. Diyas were lit. What does that mean? That in Dharmasthala, murder, abduction, rape is taking place, but human sacrifice is also taking place. Human sacrifice has also occurred there. These are all unforgivable crimes, my dear brothers and sisters. And today we have to say, we will never forgive these criminals. We will fight for justice, and we want justice now. What are they not doing? I believe that there was a poor sanitary worker. There is a whole colony of sanitary workers over there. They are also working for Dharmasthala. What are they being paid? What are their wages? What are their working conditions? Nobody is allowed to find out. Nobody is allowed to speak. And one sanitation worker, he gave a statement to the police that many bodies I have buried over there. This is what I have read. But did not the police and the government know that these people were missing, that these people had been killed? And now I think they are trying to punish that sanitation worker for having gone to the police. I don't know. I read that he is also being punished. So we must demand that he should not be punished because he has only dared to tell the truth. Now the government says we have instituted an SIT. What is the SIT going to do? We are not very convinced. One person is trying to do something good and one person is being pulled back. This is what is happening in the SIT. Because there are very strong Manuvadi forces alert in Karnataka. They have been protesting that those who are demanding justice for the women who were killed, they are anti our religion. They are against our religion. I want to appeal to everybody, all those who are true Hindus, all those who are true believers, they should stand up and join this struggle of dharm against adharm, because what is happening in Dharmasthala is adharm. All of you must stand up and fight for this. But these are strong political forces. They are claiming that this is a fight against religion and it should not be allowed to continue. And I am very sorry to say, but what I have heard, that even in the government, there is some tug-of-war going on. Some people are saying Dharmasthala, very good, and some people are saying Dharmasthala, very bad. We want to tell this government today, it has come that there is a yellow alert. There is going to be a storm. Aandhi aane wali hai. I want to tell this government on behalf of this crowd, it is not a yellow alert, it is a red alert. If you don't do justice, then we will not stop at anything. We will see to it that you are forced to do justice to the victims and the poor people of Dharmasthala. My dear sisters and brothers, I have spoken for quite a long time. I don't want to repeat myself. I just want to say that if we want to protect what is our real holy book, which is our holy book, it is the socialistic, secular and democratic constitution of our country based on brotherhood and equality. That is what we have to protect. That is what we have to fight for. And so our fight, which is a big fight in Dharmasthala, it is also a fight to see that the whole of India does not become a Dharmasthala. Because the people who are ruling in Delhi, the people who are doing vote chori, you know what is vote chori? Somewhere somebody will become a voter, maybe he lives in Uttar Pradesh, and he becomes a voter in Karnataka. And somebody who is living in Karnataka, his vote is cancelled and he is not made a voter. So now these people, through vote chori, by hook or by crook, using all the agencies, using all the constitutional agencies, they want to come to power for what? If you want to come to power to do something good, it's okay. But they want to come to power to rule according to Manusmriti. And don't forget, just like those priests of Dharmasthala were toadies of the British, these people are also old toadies of the British. They never fought for freedom. They never fought for independence. In fact, they fought against those who were fighting for freedom. They also supported British and British rule. And now they have opened their cards. They are telling us very clearly, what you are seeing in Dharmasthala, we want to do in the whole country. We will control education. And we will see that children of poor people are not allowed to study. We will control the whole country. And we will see that no land belongs to Dalits, to the landless, to the poor, to the backward caste people. We will see that whatever land they have is snatched away from them. We will ensure that women are denied all their rights, because that is what Manusmriti says. Women of every caste, from the top to the bottom, they will have no rights. No rights at all. And that is what Dharmasthala is also saying. If any woman speaks, or her father speaks against us, or she speaks against us, she will be raped, she will be killed, she will be thrown her place. And that is what the new Manuvadis are saying. Women will have no rights. Women will not be able to speak. Women will not be able to protest. Women will not be able to protect themselves. And therefore, my dear sisters and brothers, yes, today we are fighting for Dharmasthala. Yes, we are fighting for Dharmasthala. We are saying Dharmasthala mein adharm nahi chalega. Yes, but we are also fighting. We will not let India become a Dharmasthala. We will not let our country become a Dharmasthala. We will fight to protect our constitution. We will fight to protect secularism. We will fight to protect democracy. We will fight to protect brotherhood and equality of all men and women who are born in this country. That is our fight. And I want to tell you that whenever you call upon any of us who are fighting in Uttar Pradesh, in other parts of India, whenever you call us from Karnataka, whether it is Hassan, whether it is Davangere, or whether it is Bangalore, we are always ready to come. All of us who have been fighting for 50 years in Dharmasthala with the red flag are ready to come with that flag or without that flag to join any struggle in Karnataka against Manuvad, against those who want to turn India into a Dharmasthala. And with these words, and once more, appreciating from the bottom of my heart the sorrow and the struggle of the families of those who have been killed and tortured, I will take your leave. Thank you all very much. Inqilab Zindabad.
ಮತ್ತಷ್ಟು ವಿಶೇಷ ವಿಡಿಯೋಗಳನ್ನು ನೋಡಲು ಮತ್ತು ಹೊಸ ವಿಡಿಯೋಗಳ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ತಿಳಿಯಲು
ಈ ದಿನ .com ಯೂಟ್ಯೂಬ್ ಚಾನೆಲ್ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಕ್ರೈಬ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಮತ್ತು ಬೆಲ್ ಐಕಾನ್ ಕ್ಲಿಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ.